let's say good morning and welcome again to all the folks tuned in to WFM Radio. We have guests in studios with us this morning. That's right, we are just about ready to discuss our health. We have Dr. Stephan de Freitas, and we also have Patrick Dells.
Yes.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Blessed, give thanks.
All right. And this morning we'll be speaking about things that are very important, you know, very prominent in this part of the
This
world.
part of the world, especially Grenada cancer, man.
Cancer.
Taking over the place. Yeah.
And we're also going to be speaking a little about diabetes as well.
Yes, and back pain,
yeah.
Chronicle pain.
Chronicle pain.
Depression.
Yeah. Because that's where Dr. Stephan de Freitas is. Boss.
Okay.
The back.
On the back.
Fix the back.
All right,
Fix
well,
your neck.
that's good.
Break the bones.
Break the bones. And he and I went way back. We work together, you know. He's from Denmark.
Okay.
And he runs a clinic over there.
Oh.
And, you know, we work together. When he comes here, we seem to get together and do a lot of things.
Well, that was going to be my first question. How did you guys meet?
I visited his clinic and I waited for him for 3 hours. And then he took me in as the first. And then he just laid on the floor and I corrected his neck.
Cracked my neck.
And
Oh, shoot, man, you break my neck.
It's been a love story ever since.
Yeah, you know, because I had a chiropractor work with me for a year and a half, Dr. Joe Kerber, and I think you spoke to him a couple of days ago, and I learned about a lot of things about the spine. Yeah, I learned a lot about the spine, and that gave me the incentive to keep these brothers in close. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because a lot of people have lower back pain, they have sciatica problems, they have pinched nerve, they have slip disc, and the regular doctors don't really fix that. Okay. And that is where they come in. A lot of the time when you do an X-ray of the back or the bones, and the regular doctor will look at the X-ray and he don't see what they see. It's totally different, and they will see something else that the doctor don't see because he wasn't trained for that. But you know the medical system fight them down too. They don't call them doctors, but they are. Yeah. And we had lots of people who came in to the clinic, and I mean Joe Kerber he fixed a lot of our people here. And you know, but the Freitas is also helping a lot of our people. Because when he comes here, he's all booked up and he works with the hotels and stuff. So he's doing a good job. So we have to applaud him for that. Yeah, he's only part of our retreat also. Okay. In April, you know.
Okay. Retreat. You want to tell me a little bit more about that before we go further?
Well, the retreat starts from the 28th of April to the 12th of May.
12th of May.
12th of May.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. We have people coming in. And the program is not like a boot camp really, but the retreat is to help people to learn how to take care of their bodies, their organs, teach them about these diseases, how to prevent it. And then we have a raw food diet doctor who's coming in, Dr. Cherry-Ann Morgan. She's from Jamaica, lives in Canada. I did a seminar for her there a couple of weeks ago, and she'll be in, and she does do raw foods. It's amazing. And we're going to teach people how to use. So we're going to have, an hour of cooking, showing people how to cook the foods. Yeah. We're going to have seminars. We're going to have private consultation. We're going to go to the gym. We're going to the waterfall. We're going to go to the Sulphur Spring. But it is a retreat of rejuvenation. So if a person come here and they have high blood pressure, for instance, we are looking at the cause of the pressure. While they're here, we are trying to explain to them how they can go about fixing or repairing the hypertension, the diabetes, the cancer, the fibromyalgia. You know what I'm saying? And that is what it's all about, because everything comes from diet, really and truly. So the retreaters teach them how to go about eating the foods the right way and using the food as medicine. That's what it's all about.
We will work both with the body, mind, and spirit. So it's both physical and emotional, and also spiritual.
And also spiritual.
Because many of the emotional blockages and the traumas within the mentality will accumulate in the body and cause disease and chronic pain, depression, fatigue. So we have to work holistically with herbal medicine, with massages, chiropractic healing, and also exercises from martial arts, Todo, Qigong, Tai Chi, Kung Fu.
Yeah. So everything is going to be one place. We're going to have everything like, you know, where Fantasia is at. You know, Fantasia. And the beach is right there. So we're going to have the whole hotel to our people.
And that's
Wow.
Kilinago Beach Resort.
Right.
Kilinago
Yeah,
Beach Resort.
it's right on the beach. So in the morning, everybody have to get up at 5:30. That's a norm.
Five.
It's a strict 5 o'clock.
Even
It's a
earlier.
5 earlier. Yeah, and then we do a lot of the prayers and the Tai Chi and the Qigong meditation, showing people how to keep the body and mind and spirit together.
Mhm.
And we're on the beach because the beach is right there, exercises, and then we're going to have a first morning meal. And the last meal is going to be at 3 o'clock. So we're going to teach people now how to use the food and how to eat late at night in order for them to prevent diseases, because that is the cause of it. People eating late at night and going to lay them with food in their belly when the body's supposed to be healing.
And even though you you live healthy and more vegetarian, you eat too much. So we also learn that one main meal a day and eat less, so consume less, and then this main meal should be at 2 or 3 o'clock, and then you shouldn't eat anything else.
Right.
You can have a little juice, herbal
Yes,
teas,
yes.
water, perhaps a little
Soup or something.
soup or
Yeah.
something,
Mhm.
but the main meal should be at 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yes.
And not even breakfast?
Breakfast could be
you know
a
about
little
breakfast?
breakfast.
Break the fast.
break the fast.
Because you've been fasting at night. That's what that's breakfast is all about.
Yeah.
You sleep at night, no food in your belly. So in the morning you have to break that fast. That's what we call the breakfast. B-R-E-A-K, F-A-S-T. You're breaking the fast from the night before. So in reality, you're not supposed to have no food sitting in your stomach the night before. In order for you to have your breakfast.
Otherwise, you'll not have a break at all.
You understand?
There will be no
That's the
fasting.
purpose, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's good with protein in the morning, but you can have protein in nuts in a superfood smoothie. And that's
Yeah.
this glass of superfood smoothie
Yes.
and herbal tea, some water. That could be all.
Yeah.
Okay, because traditionally we are taught that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So you try to get in as much.
That's
I
not
guess.
true. The breakfast fast in the morning is good for people who are doing construction. I'm always teaching people that every day, especially when you're living in a hot climate. So a man who's doing a construction or mason, he's going there and he's working. So his job is to do manual labor. In the process of doing his manual labor, he's burning calories. You follow me? So he's burning up everything. So his meal should be the biggest meal. See?
Right.
A person who, like you, come in and sit behind a desk and you have 25 grams of sugar in the morning. So you have a big bowl of cereal of 25 grams of sugar. And you come in and sit behind your desk here. What happens to the sugars? You're not burning it up. So that sugar stays and goes and the adipose tissue stores it as fats. What happens to you eventually? You start to get love handles. And then automatically you start to get trouble with diabetes. Because your pancreas don't function well long term, having that diet in the morning. If you're not doing a laborer, if you're not a laborer then, or you're doing construction. So my advice to people in the morning is, if you're doing construction, that is when your biggest meal should be. And your meal at night, if you're doing construction, should be not even no proteins at all. Period. Protein should be used in the morning. And proteins are, they say it's building foods.
Right.
Exactly.
But it's also a toxemia food. A toxemia feed food means that it takes so long to come out of the body that it starts to create toxins. So it's not a building food for our people like us, who is past age 21. We don't grow no more. So it's a building food for people who is growing. But it is a maintaining block for us. You, Mikey, me, Patrick, and Dr. Stephan the Freitas. So we have to maintain it. So our percentage of protein should only be 20%.
20%.
Only 20% as the maintaining block. If it's
20% per meal per day?
20% per day.
Okay.
If it's a building block for young children who is growing, it should be at least 30 to 40%.
Right.
And that's the mistake that we made. You see, tradition, Christ said that we made the word of God invalid through our tradition. So I don't go by tradition, I go by what is good for us to use. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And breakfast can be all right in every case, but just don't consume so much, and get the proteins through nuts. So as a superfood,
meats.
no meat. That's too much protein, and it's too hard for the stomach to digest it. So you use a lot of energy to gain energy. So you might as well have a lot of energy, more natural, more vegan, more raw vegan.
That's it. That's an interesting concept. That's why sometimes when you eat, you feel like you're sleepy, you're woozy.
You get what we call innovation.
Yeah.
Innovation means you want to sleep. The older people call it niggeritis.
Yeah.
I don't use that word because I realize I use that word. You know what I mean? But it's a negative word to me. But we call it innovation. So you eat and you feel like you want to fall asleep, especially when you eat and drink at the same time.
Right. And you shouldn't eat and drink at the same time.
No, never. Because you start washing away digestive juices. That's number one. And automatically the food don't digest properly, especially the food is bad in combination. Starches and proteins together.
Yeah.
You must feel elevated. If you don't drink while you're eating, and you eat the right food in combination, you don't get innovation. And that is what we're trying to teach people every day. So when you come to the retreat, that is what we're going to teach you, how to combine the foods, how to use the foods properly, so you could have better health, because cancer is taking over Grenada, man, and the Caribbean countries.
There will be no meat, fish, and alcohol and added sugar in that retreat. And on a normal diet, you shouldn't eat. Most imported pork and ox and lamb shouldn't be eaten. It's better with a little local chicken, local fish from Grenada, and then also have some vegan days. So try to be fulfilled with the right fats, the right protein, vitamin, minerals on a daily vegan basis.
Okay, just explain to people, you've used the word vegan a number of times. Just explain to people further, for those who do not understand what the term vegan means.
It's really killing no animals.
Yeah.
You know, when you eat animals, you also kill them. So I say that I don't kill animals because I don't eat animals. I don't even eat fish. But the essential fats, omega-3, 6, and 9 in fish, that can be good. Just eat more local. 40 years ago there was 95% of local things. Now it's the opposite.
Yes.
Now we have 95% import, and it's not good things.
And that's the reason why we get the diseases. And you were saying that without cutting Stephan, we have to eat what we grow.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying in essence.
Yeah.
Grow
local and eat what you grow.
When you eat what you grow, it corresponds to your blood and the climate that you're living in.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah. And I want to mention about enzymes too. Enzymes don't like long travel. And in order for you to have good health, you have to have good enzyme function.
Exactly.
So for instance, all the imported food you're getting from North America, especially the vegetables and the fruits that they bring in, when the time they get to Grenada, the enzymes are gone. Because enzymes don't like long travel, and enzymes don't like heat. And in order for us to get the enzyme from the food, we must eat what we grow and grow what we eat. In order for us to keep these enzymes in the body. Okay. See, and that is very significant.
Dr. Sebi mentioned the supermarkets, and he advised people to go into the supermarket and buy a coconut and nothing else.
Yeah.
The coconut in the supermarket was the only thing that was not acidic. So, and here you just pick up coconuts for free in your back garden.
Yeah.
All right.
And we don't use the coconut water anyway.
That's true. Now let's talk about non-communicable disease, starting with diabetes and cancer. Let's start with diabetes. How can one prevent diabetes? Period.
Well, in order for us to prevent diabetes, again, we have to look at the diet. Some people have. We're going to talk about juvenile diabetes, onset diabetes. That's what we call it. The young children get that. And that is when I call it an autoimmune disease, where the immune system turns on the pancreas and destroys it. So the pancreas cannot produce insulin. See?
Right.
So they have to shoot insulin forever. Right? Unless you change that a little bit, and then they could cut them on the insulin load. That's juvenile onset diabetes. If the person have juvenile onset diabetes, the pancreas can also be destroyed by a bacteria or a virus, right? That could destroy the pancreas too. Even people who have what we call diabetes mellitus, that's adult diabetics now, they can also have troubles with not producing insulin also, because sometimes, as I said, a bacteria or a virus destroys the pancreas. That's number one. Number two, we're looking at a genetic predisposition, not genes, as the medical system teaches us. So if your mother had diabetes, because she eating bad, and she taught you, Mikey, how to cook, 95% of the time, you, Mikey, can get diabetes too, because you're following her pattern. But if you, Mikey, deter from how she's been eating, you don't get diabetes. And let me give you an example. My mother died from a stroke. She had 2. She had hypertension for 40 years. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I, at 32 years old, had a stroke too. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I was following the pattern of her eating habits. Mm-hmm. So I had a stroke at 32 years old. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm 62 years old now. Never had a stroke after that because I changed my diet. Now I used to eat sloppy joe. You know what I mean? Lamb chops. I used to eat all them things too. Mm-hmm. But I learned now how to change around my diet and my lifestyle, and I never had a stroke after 32 years old. Never had hypertension after that because I didn't go about eating the same way my mom been eating. That's the key.
It's especially around the fats. So you have a lot of these animal products with the dangerous fats. So you say you have the essential fats in omega-3, 6, and 9 in fish, but that you also have in flaxseed oil and hemp oil. So all these vegan oils, many of these oils have contains this essential fats. So you just need flaxseed oil or some nuts or avocado oil if you eat avocado, or hemp oil. So then you don't need these animal products, and you don't need to eat fish. Even local chicken and local fish can be all right.
Yeah. I'm going to St. Lucia today, right? Mm-hmm. And St. Lucia have the most diabetics in the Caribbean. Mm. 1 in every 3 persons in St. Lucia have diabetes.
Wow.
Follow me.
1 in every 3.
1 in every 3 persons in St. Lucia have diabetes. Statistics is proven that.
That's also the Kentucky Fried Chicken, the barbecue chicken. It's too dangerous fat.
In Grenada, 1 in every 5 persons have diabetes here. Mm-hmm. See? And you have the younger folks now is coming along with the disease. Why? Because the pancreas is part of the endocrine system, the glands. Mm-hmm. And the pancreas depends on the pituitary gland in your brain for insulin production in the posterior part of the gland, in the brain. See? And that's why we're going to have Dr. Sebastian Peters in the retreat, because he's the doctor of the endocrine system. He's the endocrinologist. So he will teach people about the glands. See? Now, the pituitary gland, or the posterior part of the gland, helps the pancreas with its insulin production. But your liver also maintains your glucose level, and your pancreas is tucked under the right or left lobe of your liver. See? And then if you have low sugar levels, your glands on top of your kidney, called the adrenal gland, send a signal to your liver to release wet sugar back into your blood, so your sugar goes up. Now, if you don't have good enzyme production in the exocrine part of the pancreas, you get diabetes. Although diabetes is a complex disease, it can also be repaired or cured, as Dr. Sebi says, because people do not have or keep the pancreatic secretion in an alkaline terrain. Now, in 9 of the body fluids, it's only 1 part of the body fluid that is acid, which is the stomach. Your pancreatic secretion has a pH, potential hydrogen, of 8.0, 8.3. And we're supposed to keep it in that pH level of alkaline, because your pancreas produces alkaline enzymes. Now, when we eat the foods, bad in combination, Mikey, starches and proteins, they're both acid foods. When they go into the stomach, the proteins slow down the starch foods. Starch become idle because the starches do not digest in your stomach, in your mouth, and in your small intestines. So once the starch become idle, it becomes idle and causes fermentation. And once it causes fermentation, it causes acids. And once the acids are formed, the secretion of the pancreas changes from an alkaline terrain of 8.0, 8.3 to 5.0. Now your pancreas will function there, but it's going to burn up the exocrine part of the pancreas which produces your enzymes. And after a while, if you are prone to getting diabetes, you will get it because you change the composition of the secretion of the pancreas.
Is there any reversing that once it changes?
You have to reverse the acid to alkaline. And you have to retrain your pancreas. It's just like somebody get crippled. And you have to teach them to walk again. You see what I'm saying? It's a learning process.
So it's not like you get, or you're now diabetic and you have a death sentence.
That's not a death sentence.
It can be cured.
It can be cured. Yeah. We fix a lot of people who have it.
So of course you have the physical environment, and there you can use herbal medicine, medicinal plants, alkaline diet, no killing animals and not eating animals, eat local, eat what you grow. But you also need intervention, like a car that has been broke down, you need to change the oil and you need everything. So the physical body needs to be moved and corrected, massaged, healed, chiropractics. And then the third leg and the fourth leg in our intervention or in our retreat, that will be the exercises. You have to move the body, you have to do all kinds of physical activities, and we specialize in martial arts, Total Qigong, Kung Fu, yoga, meditation. And then the fourth leg is you have to look at your mentality and your mental patterns and your emotional blockages. So you have to do this intervention with psychotherapy, psychological counseling, and spiritual guidance, because you can only change yourself and your habits and your eating habits if you are actually spiritual inspired. And you have to be your own inspiration. You have to be your own spiritual inspiration. Otherwise you will just do what the doctor or some teacher tells you, but it will not last long term. So you have to be your inner spiritual inspiration.
And both of you are stating categorically that being diagnosed with diabetes doesn't mean that you are eternally damaged.
No, you can be cured.
Let me show you how to fix diabetes.
And it goes faster and it's more simple than you think.
Right. Okay. Now, some people have insulin resistance. So you have to find the cause of it. If you don't find the cause, Mike, you'll never fix your troubles.
Right.
See? So if you have a vehicle and your engine light come up on your screen of your vehicle, right? And you take it to a mechanic. And the mechanic says, you know, I can't find the cause of it, I'm just cut the wire. The light goes off, but you still have the problem though. Because you didn't go to the cause of the light, engine light coming up on your dashboard.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So you curb your symptoms. So what the doctors do is they give you a pill, metformin, glucosamine, they give you diabetes. They just curb the symptom of diabetes. They don't fix it. Because they're not finding out the cause of diabetes. So you could have insulin resistance. You could have insulin sensitivity. Or you can have insulin deficiency. Because the pancreas do two things. It does what? Produces insulin, which is the hormone, and it produces what? Enzymes in the exocrine part of the pancreas. Now, if you have insulin resistance, your pancreas is producing insulin, but the beta cells are not utilizing the insulin properly. So you have what we call an insulin overload in the blood. See? Here what the doctor does. He says to the patient, it looks as though you're not producing insulin. So he makes you shoot insulin, not knowing that you have insulin resistance. So when you have insulin resistance and you're shooting more insulin, he gives you a double whammy. The double whammy means she gives you more insulin, not knowing that insulin enormously damages what? Your arteries. It makes it become hard and cause you to have troubles in your heart long term. See what I'm saying? So if you have insulin resistance, what we do, we go into the receptors, because each hormone have a receptor. Because hormones are messengers. And the receptor receives the messages of the hormones. So insulin is a hormone. So insulin goes in like a key into a door. It opens the door into the keyhole, opens the door, and then the sugar goes in. And you burn your sugar up as fuel. See what I'm saying? When you have insulin resistance, that don't happen because now you have fats blocking your receptors, like cholesterol, or a person who have a high fat diet. And the liver, which is not turning your fats into droplets because it's not producing enough bile salts for the fats to be turned into droplets so that your gallbladder can emulsify it. The fats goes into the receptors and block it up. And once the receptors is blocked, the insulin can never go in to open the door. So what happened to you? You get what we call diabetes. If you have insulin deficiency, that means you're not producing it. You have to shoot insulin. If you have insulin sensitivity, meaning that you, Mikey, can eat 2 slices of bread, and I, Patrick, can eat 5 slices of bread, and my sugar stays normal, and yours goes high. So you have insulin sensitivity. So you must find out what is causing you to have diabetes. And once you find the cause, you can repair it. But people don't have discipline. And that's the reason why they don't fix it.
And you can have cause and effect in the physical body, but the body and the mind and the spirit is one. So my experience is that for every physical disorder, there's an emotional blockage and even a shock or a trauma. So I know the latest history of Grenada. You had Ivan in 2004, and I've met a lot of people that still has trauma and difficulties in life, also material, because of Ivan. So I link these shocks and traumas into their physical condition. So, and you can also have had a car accident or a fight or fall down from the stairs, so these traumatic incidents that will create a blockage in the body, and that can create in long term a disease, even like cancer and also like diabetes. So the nutrition and the diet is one leg, but you also have the emotional blockages and the shock and trauma. And I met a Zen Buddhist monk, and he said, cancer begins in your mind, and there you can go and cure it.
Yeah.
So that's so we have to respect the body and the totality of the body, not only a singular. If people have a back pain, you often see an X-ray, and a normal chiropractor would say that this L4 or something in your lower back, that's the problem. But you can have a neck that is totally destroyed from an accident or shock and trauma, and that is the cause
of a back pain.
Of a back pain. So a neck blockage can cause a back pain. Even a hit with the hand can cause a neck blockage, and that will long term destroy your knees and your hips and your lower back. From a blow with a hand, yeah. Or a blow to your feet or something, because it's one skeleton. Mm-hmm. So everything that happens with the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the skeleton as total will affect and go into the central nervous system. And we can adjust very good, and if we sleep good, we recover good. But most of us don't recover that good because we are stressed emotionally, and we live from an acidic diet, and we don't sleep well in the night. So we don't recover these shocks and incidents in our life. So they accumulate, and then suddenly you have a chronic pain, or you have headache, you can't sleep, and if you overhear these symptoms or signals, you get into these worse conditions like some kind of sickness, depression, chronic pain, cancer.
Yeah, and I want to say too that going back to diabetes, we look at deficiencies too, and I think Dr. Freitas will quite to that. Deficiencies, lots of the time, lots of people doesn't understand that once you pass the age of 50, you do not produce. I'm going to use the word 60%. You do not produce 60% of the enzyme in the pancreas once you pass the age of 50, just like acids. And that's why some people, when they pass the age of 50, they have hypochlorhydria instead of hyper, too little acid, because they don't produce 50% of the acid in your stomach once you pass the age of 50. You do not produce 60% of the enzymes in the exocrine part of the pancreas once you pass the age of 50. So what happens to you? You have to eat the foods that have them. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you don't eat the food that have the enzymes, what's going to happen to you is you're going to burn up the function of the gland, the pancreas, and then in order for you to fix it back, you have to train it back and feed it enzymes. You have to feed it GTF chromium, glucose tolerance factor. You have to feed it herbs. You have to feed it bitters. You have to work on your liver, because your liver maintains glucose levels. You have to work on the earth, because the pancreas is part of the earth. And the pancreas is the most active gland in the digestive system. You see what I'm saying? And people do not understand also that your pancreas and your liver regenerates between the hours of 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. in the morning. So if you have food sitting in your stomach all night and asking your pancreas to work, to break it down while you're sleeping, while the pancreas is trying to regenerate, how are you going to have good pancreatic health? Your pancreas in the morning is rising So you should never ever put sugars in your diet in the morning, because your pancreas is not active at that particular time. Your pancreas becomes active between the hours of 8 and 5 during the day. After 5 o'clock, your pancreas is getting ready to go to sleep to regenerate. So why would you want to feed it sugars when you first rise? When it is not, it don't have the ability at that particular time to start breaking your sugars down.
And many work there, so they work at
You see what I'm saying to you, Mikey?
So they destroy the biological watch, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So they destroy the pancreas long term. And if they're prone to getting diabetes, they might get it. If they're prone to getting acid reflux, they won't get it. If they're prone to getting IBS, Crohn's disease, ileitis, diverticulitis, you know what I mean, mucus colitis, they won't get it eventually. If they don't get diabetes, because we abuse the organs. And the organs is like a woman who's been abused by a man. And after a while, after being abused by the man, he keep on beating her every day. She said, one day, I'm going to harm you. He either got two things happen to him. She either get him locked up, your organs lock you up, they give you a sickness. That's they lock you up now.
Right.
Yeah? She either get him locked up, she either kills him. Your organs kill you long term when you abuse them. You know what I mean? Or she leaves the house. So then the organs leave you alone and say, you know what? I'm going to leave you alone because you feel you're the bad man. And then they start to harm you long term. That is the key. So we can't abuse them. We must treat them like we treat somebody who we love. Because the Bible tells you, love thy neighbor as thyself. And he also tells you, a man should love his wife like he loves his own body. So if you don't love your organs and you are abusing them on a regular basis, one day they will turn on you and they will give you some kind of disease, put you in jail. And after a while, if you keep on abusing them, they won't take your life. And that is why cancer is killing our people on a regular basis. And that's why diabetes is the most prominent disease in the Caribbean right now.
We have
Besides
to
cancer.
love and respect our organs, like Patrick says, and that takes a lot of knowledge. So first you don't know much about it, and then you can just take good advice and trying it out. For example, a vegan diet. So you can try it some weeks, and you will feel energy. You will lose a lot of weight, and you also get inspired of taking care of yourself emotionally and with all your talents and what you want to do in life. So it's about taking your life seriously and then take good advice and then just try it out. Because often we have so much authority into the medical system, so we just take the pill, but that's not really a proactive approach.
Yeah.
So being in charge of your own life, it is to become active, to, for example, eat what you grow, so you're active in your garden or you're active in your choice of habits, and then you are more innovative in your life.
And the same discipline applies to cancer as well?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
80% of the cancers, Mikey, come from the diet. 80%. I would say 90% of cancers are from diet.
And I would say failure of thought. So all these physical disorders is failure of thought, because then you think that going into the supermarket, using a lot of money, buying acidic food, and believing in most of the medical system, that is a good thing, and it's good just to do it without question it. But it's not very active, and you are not in charge. So you must be the captain on your boat. You must be in charge.
Sure.
And begin to think more loveful and respectful.
Let's look at cancer, right? Let's look at the cancer that come from diet. You have carcinoma cancers. You have sarcoma cancers. You have lymphomas. And carcinoma is the most common cancer in the world. They're more in hollow areas. So when a doctor says you have carcinoma, he's telling you that you have a cancer in the stomach, the intestines, the lung. They're all what you call carcinoma cancers. You have lymphomas. You have sarcomas. You have blastomas. You have multiple myeloma. That's the cancer of the bone and the nerves. Yeah? And you have environmental cancer like Hodgkin's lymphoma. So 10% of cancers come from the environment with all the things that you have here. Computers, clocks, electrical blanket, all the things in your houses, that chucks off radiation, electromagnetic fields. You understand? From all these phone companies, they contribute to environmental cancers. X-rays cause cancer, radiation. See what I'm saying? And that's why when you take radiation, when you have cancer, it gives you secondary cancers, called the cancer causing agent. So 20% or 10% of the cancers come from the environment. Now, when you eat in the food that have carcinogens, that's how it starts. Carcinogen, that's number one. And then once the carcinogen starts, it's help if you eat a food that have a lot of it. Your cell mutate. We call it a changing of the cells. So your cell, because of the carcinogenic food that you eat on a regular basis, it changes the composition of the cell. The cell changes. We call it mutation. And once the cell mutate, and you Mikey, don't have good immunity, because your immune system produces cells from the thymus gland, from the bone marrow, that kills cancer cells, viruses, fungi, parasites. Am I wrong, Stephan? That's what they do. Yeah. So once a cell change or mutate, your immune system is supposed to pick it up. And that's the reason why we call cancer an immune disease. Because your immune system is not working properly. That is why God gave you an immune system, to kill these things. So a cancer cell develops, it's changed or mutate, and then once it changes or mutate, it goes through a process called initiation. And that's why I'm saying to tell people every day, cancer don't develop in your system in 1 week. It takes years to develop. Right. Until it gives you a symptom because you keep on doing the wrong thing. So initiation starts. And then what? Progression starts. How to progress. And the next one is what called what? Promotion. After promotion is what called what? Cancer. After cancer, metastasis. Meaning that the cancer will leave your liver and go to your lungs. Or leave your lungs and go to your brain. Start to move. Now, in our body we have a system we call molecules, right? We call them free radicals, Mikey. And the free radicals are molecules, and each molecule have two atoms. That is what? Paired with an electron. Electron have the transport system, transport your cells. Now, if you, Mikey, have a cell that's supposed to be in your lungs to keep you breathing, because all cells have a job. And a cell in your bone, the bone cells, have a special job to do. I can't be an MC. That's your job. You can't be a herbalist. You know about the herbs. That's my job. I can't be a chiropractor. That's his job. He's training that. I don't know how to build a house. I'm not a contractor. He's training to be a contractor. That's his job. So if your bone cells supposed to be in your bones to keep your bones healthy, and your lung cell supposed to be in your lungs to keep you healthy, and your liver cells supposed to be in your liver to keep you healthy, that's their job. They function there. They're not supposed to go anyplace else. But when you have a molecule or a free radical stealing an electron, the electron become impaired. Electrical, we call it. Once they come impaired, and your cell, which is supposed to go to your lungs, Mikey, to keep you breathing, he ends up in your liver. What is he doing in your liver? See what I'm saying to you? He's supposed to keep you breathing in your lungs. So he gets into your liver, and as the Roland guy said, you have what we call 10 guys, good guys, and there's one bad guy come and say, yo, let me go and rob the bank. You see what I'm saying? And then all the other 9 guys say, okay, let's go. So he goes into your liver. The lung cell does that. And he changes the function of the enzymes in your liver. He's not supposed to be there. And that's what Dr. Budwig said. If you can get the cells to go back in the resting place, you can fix cancer. So once he changed the composition of these cells in your liver starts to malfunction. Because he's not supposed to be in your liver. He's supposed to be in your lungs. You have to get him back to the lungs. Or you have to kill him with herbs and the immune system.
And positive thought.
Positive thoughts and stress-free life.
Yeah.
or dynamic
So
stress.
that's what it's all about.
The good challenges in life.
Yes,
Not
yes,
too much
yeah,
and not too
yeah.
little.
Alright.
Because if you
That
get
was
too little challenges, you get lazy and
There you go.
yeah.
Yes,
Just
Mike.
before we go, we have about 5 more minutes.
Yes.
Let's talk about how the lack of sleep affects how your well-being, your overall well-being. I want us to take it in a broader sense. So how does the lack of sleep affect your overall
Well, first
well-being?
we have to find out why you're having lack of sleep. That's why God created sleep. He created us to move during the day, work, till the ground, do the job. And at a certain time, that's why the older people live longer. They need to go to sleep at 6 o'clock. There was no TV, no phones. So by 6 o'clock, sundown, they go to bed and get up at 5 sunrise. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, lots of people have insomnia because of they change the sleeping patterns. So if you, Mikey, was working from 8 to 4, and you start to work at 12 in the night to 8 in the morning, you start changing your sleeping pattern. So the pineal gland in the back of the brain, that's the gland that helps us to sleep, is the spiritual gland in the body, the pineal gland. So in the night you produce melatonin, in the morning you produce serotonin. Yeah. Now, if you don't get sleep, because nighttime was meant to be for people to sleep. If you don't get enough sleep at night, and you get up in the morning, and you sleep during the day, I mean you don't get enough sleep. You're not supposed to sleep during the day if you had a good rest at night. And once you don't sleep well, your nerves start to give you troubles. Your glands start giving you problems. You can never function without sleep. You must sleep. And you must find the reason or the cause of you not sleeping in order for you to sleep.
My experience is that it's a lot of worrying and a lot of speculation. So if you have this speculation and you worry about different issues and family problems and economy and all that, then it goes into your subconscious. So you can even worry from a subconscious level, and then you can see the symptom that you have hard times sleeping. So you have to work physical again with your diet, not taking sugar and normal tea and coffee in the night or ever.
And the big mortgage, they got to pay for their houses too.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to pay the bank.
So no matter what happens, then with your spiritual capacity, with your prayer, with your positive mentality, try to overcome this speculation, and that will make you give you a better sleep.
But remember that sleepiness insomnia come from menopause. A lot of women who go through menopause can't sleep either.
But I'm a young man, very energetic. I have sleeping problems. I cannot go to sleep before 12:30 a.m. and I will be up by 5:30 every day.
Because that's how you train yourself.
Perhaps try with the lack of sugar and lack of coffee.
I don't know. No
some people can't sleep without the television being on either.
Yeah.
So what about sugar? You use?
No, I don't. No, I don't do much sugar.
Okay.
No,
But
what
my advice to you is do some exercises 3 hours before bedtime.
Before?
Yeah, 3
I
hours.
used to do that. You know what happened to me? I got sick, kind of, because probably I was too stimulated at night, so I just couldn't shut down.
It's also good to bathe in the night.
Yeah.
So you shut down the system. You put some cream and
some lavender oil.
Yeah.
Well,
my advice is to my advice is to get some lavender oil.
Lavender oil.
And get some chamomile tea.
Exactly.
Because you look at that for working your glands. Okay, look at your hyper, like me. So glands is all messed up.
Yeah.
You know, we have to keep it strong. So my advice is to get some chamomile tea, and there's an herb called oat straw. It's an herb called oat straw. It works on the endocrine system, and the chamomile is like a carminative. And you could get you could mix them together with some hops, passion flower should be used if you have what we call repetitious thinking. If you can't sleep because you just keep on thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking.
Exactly.
Passion flower works well there. But if it's from just hyperness, you have to work on the glands. You have to calm the glands down. So you have to use a herb called oat straw, chamomile, some schizandra berry. You use them together, and in the night time you go to sleep by 8 o'clock, you're in bed.
Yeah.
But you gotta do your program, so you can't go to sleep at 8 o'clock, man. Don't China to me now, son.
It's all about making
They need you 8 o'clock in the night, Mikey live, so you can't go to sleep at 8 o'clock, brother.
It's a sleeping program.
It's a sleeping program.
Imagine lamps over there. But it's all about doing rituals to calm you down. And these herbs and this nutrition and lavender oil and bathing can be some part of it. But you can also have your personal design. How do you calm your mentality and your thoughts and your emotions and your activities down? So do a little ritual every night just to calm you down. It can also just to tidy yourself or something, to put yourself in order.
And what I advise
as a meditation.
What I advise people to do is to the fluorescent light.
The fluorescent light.
Yeah, you just put that light right behind the pineal gland.
Yeah.
Man, you fall asleep like crazy. Try it, sweetie. Try it, you gonna see. Just get a fluorescent light, and let's drop it right behind the gland. Let it shine on the gland. Just hit the gland. And then the gland starts to produce lots of melatonin. Ooh, instead of fall asleep.
So you touch it? Or?
No. That's for the gland, that's for the light there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, gentlemen.
Okay, Stephan number is, you want to get Stephan in Grenada?
Okay.
He's here till you're here till when?
23rd.
23rd of February?
Yeah,
yeah,
but I will be back in April.
Yeah, we have a lot of people asking about Stephan right now, so it will be good for Stephan to give his contact details.
Yeah.
And so on.
Stephan number is 410
403
403 44993 of I think it was 41 I think it was
this local phone is
a local phone you have.
Yeah, 403 7580.
Oh, that's the number you have. Okay.
403
7580.
Yeah.
Okay, Stephan number is 403 7580 if you want to see him while he's here.
And he's a chiropractor.
He's a chiropractor, and he's a mind and body. He have a big clinic in Denmark, and we work together. You know, he comes here so often. We're going to be in New York together in May. Stephan and I, and he's going to be back here for the retreat, from April to May again, and we're going to do a lot of work together.
Yeah, I can highly recommend our retreat because we bring the best practice of what we know from teachers from the world to help people physically and emotionally.
Yeah, and it's not about, I always tell people, it's not about black, white, brown, yellow, it's about people, man. Learn that. It's not about black and white, it's about people. Love for everybody who is on the same page as you are.
There's only one race, and that's the human
race. And I want to mention this, Mikey, again too. A lot of people will talk about hybrid foods and this food and peas and that, and this food is hybrid and that food is hybrid. But ask them sometimes, are you bathing in a shower that is full of chlorinated water? When you go bathe in your hot water and your chlorine gets into your pores, what's happened to you? Huh? What chlorine does to you when it gets into your pores? So all this talk about peas is hybrid and this is hybrid and this is hybrid and that, all this kind of stupid. Lots of people doesn't even do the research to know which food is hybrid and which one food is not. Have to do the research instead of listening to what somebody tell you all, and let's go and preach it to somebody else. Learn to find out which food is hybrid and which food is not. And don't try to make us feel that all of us is exposed, Mikey. You're exposed in your house. Your fan is a killer. Your computer is a killer. Your TV is a killer. Your electric blanket is a killer. You know what I'm saying? Your water from your pipe is a killer. Bathing in your chlorinated water is a killer. You know what I'm saying? All my advice to people is every 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks.
Detox?
Take 3 days. 3 to 5 days. And clean your system out and fast. And rest your organs and feed them herbs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And juices. And they will respond to you. You know what I mean? You know, because you could talk about hybrid foods. Dr. Stephan, the professor could talk about that. I can talk about that. People going to still eat cauliflower. They're going to still eat broccoli. They're going to still eat carrots. They're going to still eat pork. They're going to still eat ham. You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't have the discipline. So my advice to you is that every 6 weeks you take some time off and you rest your organs, you clean them up, and every week, 1 day, in every week, you fast with just water and juices.
And
then
in your daily life, eat less because the body only lives from like 20-25% of what you eat. The rest is culture and your own joy. But you can also have joy of eating less and enjoying more. So mindful eating, so you eat more slow, you eat much less, and you enjoy it actually more. You're more conscious about it.
Yeah. You know, and you're working on a bus all day, Mike, you're going to look at your tongue right now, you're going to the market square, full of pollution. You're waiting on a bus, full of pollution. You're waiting on a train, enough pollution. You know what I'm saying? So we are bombarded with all kind of things in the air, in the food, in the water we drink. So we have to be diligent in terms of taking our time out, 6 weeks, and clean our system out. All this talk about blah, 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 and this hybrid food, and this peas is hybrid. And you know how long we eating green peas? We grew up eating green peas. And I wonder green peas is hybrid. How the hell green peas going to be hybrid and green pea give you a seed?
But that's good protein.
That's what I'm saying. You know, but they doesn't understand because there's somebody says it. They say, oh, green peas is hybrid, or this one is hybrid. Do the research. Because we grew up with green peas, we grew up with corn, right? You know, Mikey, in the time when we planted corn at seasons, we used to have corn in season. You remember that?
Yeah.
Sorrel come in season. Every December you get sorrel, right? So we had corn in season. Now you get this corn all year round because now the corn don't have a seed because Monsanto messed it up. So we have to look at the food that given us a seed. So that's why I don't eat seedless grapes. You have to eat food with seeds. If the food don't have a seed, don't eat it. If you can't get a seed from the food you plant, don't eat it. That's what I said. Bottom line.
If you grow up on coconut water, you are a lucky man and woman.
Mikey, thank you for having us, man.
And we're happy to have you.
I'm going to jump on a plane right now, go to St. Lucia. Big seminar there tomorrow and Saturday. And we're going to see some cancer patients over there. And we come back to Grenada again on Sunday. And then we're going to Belize.
And the last time you were here, you were also attempting to get a flight. Not one you left.
Yeah.
You love that flight.
I love that flight.
So I'm hoping that you get that flight.
I will get a flight today, yes. You know, yet always late, so.
Folks, these are the comments of
Patrick Dubs. Not the comment of WeFM. Don't forget that. Me. Sue me, Patrick Dubs.
The flight is at 11, I think. No.
The flight was 1 o'clock. Mikey,
all the best.
Bless and love. Thanks for having me, man.
Right.
Enough love to the people. As Mikey does say, push all your love button,
Yeah, and
and
like,
show the
love
love.
and share. Tell them like,
Love, and share. And don't forget, love your neighbor as yourself. Because if you love your neighbor as yourself, you would not covet your neighbor, you would not kill him, you would not rob him, you would not steal from him, or you would not ever try to covet his wife or his husband.
One love.
Bottom line, one love.
like, love, and share.
Life, love, and share. Mikey, bless and love, yeah? Give thanks.
All right, folks, and that's as far as we can take it for this part of the program in terms of, talking about our health. And so we had Patrick Delves just leaving us right now, and we also had Stephan the Freitas. And don't forget their upcoming retreat. God bless you as we continue here on WeFM Radio. All the best. All right, folks, so don't forget to like, love, and share what you just saw. Give other people an opportunity to see the program, all right? And you can check us out on WeFM, that's weefmgrenada.com for the remainder of the program, all right? www.weefmgrenada.com. Like, love, and share.
I'm seeing bright lights. See it, gotta see it. See it, what we seeing. I'm seeing bright lights. See it, gotta see it. Don't want to get on, cause I know want to get on. But I didn't live it up, yeah. Your man, it's a turn on. Your beauty natural. You and me so natural. Now I'm hold on tight for the night, girl. Cause your body look bright, I need it to love me. You take this right now, man. Yeah, give my mind, yeah, blow my mind, and take this right now, man. 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 Show me the one that you don't know, cause only you want to get down, so get down. Baby, the one that you don't know, cause you don't know, you can't find this. Love me.
minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning to the rest of the world as we continue. This is one that is mashing up the bass right now for Kayak Mass 2017. Mashing up the bass right now.
Fresh off the spree, teacher Main Street for the town. You don't know his already. Black up from head right down. Plenty woman in the band, but he had this one. We a big piece of selfish, and she's staring him down. She didn't have to look at him, but she body was tight. So he wait for the sun to go down, cause she might look better at night. She put the selfish in the mouth. She say, look, jump.
If you know the chorus, if you know it.
This girl never see me life. She give it to him, guys, selfish. She give it to him, guys, selfish. For us, look at cash. Part 2, it's going up here. It's boring. We make an oil. When the job reach, game over. Fresh off the spree, the job Main Street for the town. He don't know his already. Black up from head right down.
Okay, alright, well, so far it's...
We have big piece of selfish, and she's staring him down. She didn't have to look at him, but she body was tight. So he wait for the sun to go down, cause she might look better at night. She put the selfish in the mouth. She say, look, Jab, take a bite. As the selfish touch him out, she don't the sweetest girl he ever seen in life. She give him the wing guy selfish. She give the Jab the wing guy selfish. She make the Jab the wing guy selfish. Hold the job with the wing guy selfish. And they do okay, it isn't selfish anywhere. You do okay, everybody could stand and stare. The job do okay, it isn't selfish anywhere. You do okay, you know business if you see here. You run quick by the jeweler, to buy share with it man. Then you run by the treasury, to sign over house and land. Then you go by the dealer, buy share brand new van. To carry that magical selfish. Tell me what she do, the man. I do much is the only bed. He only flow like rum is head. She get well wrong because she well fed. She wouldn't even give the man butter and bread. But you love she like gold. Look, now the thing unfold. She says she don't want him no more. Send him straight in the mental home. She give him the wing guy selfish. She give the job the wing guy selfish. She make the job the wing guy selfish. She hold the job with the wing guy selfish. And they do okay, it isn't selfish anywhere. You do okay, everybody could stand and stare. The job do okay, it isn't selfish anywhere. You do okay, you know business if you see here. The girl open restaurant, she get rich off the guy. He ain't him on the place, she call it wing guy. But she don't sell chicken, and she don't sell fries. Only thing on the menu, steamed rice and saltfish pie. She give him the wing guy saltfish. She give the job the wing guy saltfish. She make the job the wing guy saltfish. She hold the job with the wing guy saltfish. And they do okay, it isn't saltfish anywhere. You do okay, everybody could stand and stare. The job do okay, it isn't saltfish anywhere. You do okay, you know business if you see here. She give him the wing guy saltfish. She give the job the wing guy saltfish.
Who's that?
This Mars is like no other. This Mars is your leader. This Mars like an ammonia. See what we gonna do you? Come see what we gonna do you? See what we gonna do you? Come in the bar and clean the job away. See what we gonna do you?
I like it.
See what we gonna do you? I shall never come in crying. I don't have to break the job. Really like it come from hell.
Okay. Well, that's a good one. Yeah. You're not qualified. Alright, man. Alright. Getting ready for what's happening. This is WeFM. We are on a Thursday. Who's ready for the lava? Later, everyone. Goodbye. And of course, remember you can follow us on the website of the radio station. That's wefmgrenada.com for the remainder of the program. All right, we go until 1 o'clock. So again, thank you, and don't forget to like, love, and share this stream. Goodbye. Have a good one. Bye-bye.